Walk us through Sovereignty's work here.
Well, you'd have to gallop through it, I suppose. But he was good. You know, we warmed up the wrong way. We cantered the wrong way, and planned on going a half a mile. And you know, I'd talked to Neil before the work, and you know, we were discussing what kind of work we wanted, and I said, you know, I suppose something similar to a 49, and he was 49 and change. He went off nice and smoothly, and I just finished watching the video, and it looked like he never moved his hands. It looked like he was just sitting still. His hands were in front of the saddle, and the horse was just cruising along very nicely. I was pleased the way he was getting over the track and the way he looked, and I was on the pony on the backside when he came back around, and you know, he caught his breath right away, and by the time, you know, we were walking back to the gap, he was, you know, it was almost like he had been out for a gallop.
Walk us through the decision to back him up and jog the wrong way as opposed to your typical gallop a mile, stand and go work.
He's gotten a little strong, and you know, Neil had, you know, we'd galloped him a mile, you know, in Saratoga a couple times, and he was getting a little strong, and then I'd warmed him up with the pony, and he's fine, but you know, I think we were able to do enough warm up, you know, going the wrong way, and you know, we let him just canter and hobby horse beside the pony going the wrong way, so he got a nice enough warm up before the work, and just because we, you know, make it easy on everybody.
And just an incredible display of horsemanship. Can you go into the psychology a little bit of why having Neil as his typical breeze rider and Jimmy Keespray as his gallop rider, how that can help a horse like Sovereignty?
Well, the horse has gotten a little stronger to gallop, and Jimmy's a little bigger than Neil, and he's been able to, you know, handle him very well in the mornings. I was happy with the way Jimmy had galloped him and got along with him well enough. His, you know, pace was good, but Neil is, you know, a very experienced work rider, and he was an Eclipse Award-winning jockey back in the day, and so he's got a lot of experience, and that's the, you know, coming into races like this, that's what you want. You know, you want somebody, you know, with the most experience, and somebody that you have a lot of confidence in, and is going to get the job done the way you want it.
And Bill, I was just amazed. I mean, watching Sovereignty in the paddock yesterday after his gallop, he maybe just had a touch of white sweat on his neck and in between his hind legs, but today, not a spick of sweat on him. He was not blowing a candle. Is it just that easy for him to breeze and go that speed?
Yeah, it looked like it was easy for him. And yesterday, of course, with the, you know, we went back through the paddock, and then you're going into a new environment, and you're looking around, and that makes him sweat a little bit. And he's always been a horse that runs a little bit hot. Even we have to be careful not to put too warm of a night blanket or too heavy of a night blanket on, because he'll sweat a little bit underneath. So, you know, it can be 40 degrees out, and we just have a lightweight blanket on him.
Well, Sovereignty could not look any better this morning. Bill, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.